everyone, I'm Prabhashi and my team is composed of Rita, Zoe, Harman, Vivian and Wendy. We've been given a company-wide assessment to outline the best approach that is to be taken regarding BI software at Cisco. So to assess the benefits of BI at Cisco, the qualities lacking in the IT system will first be highlighted. The ERP system was first implemented to standardize IT throughout Cisco, then data warehousing brought all the operating companies' information to one place, but it doesn't ensure the maximum use of IT for analysis and monitoring. This is because all the information is there for use, but it can't actually be used on a daily basis as there's a high level of skill required for this. And the data warehousing provides historical information, but it's less useful for predicting future activities as it requires a report to be made which can take several days. BI can assist with this because the amount of time wasted filtering through information is reduced significantly through extraction, data mining and dashboards, and the time lag in between getting a report and needing it is almost eliminated with predefined reports and ad hoc querying and reporting. And forecasting the future info is also possible due to predictive analysis, which eliminates a key disadvantage of the IT system now. Regarding the use of BI software at Cisco, the Business Objects team has recommended that BI be deployed to address two questions. One, what additional products could we be selling to our customers? And two, which of our customers are we most likely to lose? So addressing these two questions, the best part to successfully implementing BI at Cisco, as it's more concentrated and focused approach than using BI as a general tool that covers a broad spectrum of functions. So there's three approaches to licensing BI software. There's the bare bones method, which provides a minimum amount of licenses and software up front. It promises a good beginning but may need licenses later at a higher cost. And then there's middle of the road, which provides a broader access to business intelligence but is not a constant method, and Cisco may need to purchase additional software later. And finally, the volume discount, which involves purchasing all the licenses at a discount rate, which is best from a cost perspective, but the upfront fees are very high. The bare bones method is recommended for the long-term prosperity as it ensures the cost of implementing is manageable, and there's an opportunity to see how the BI suits Cisco's internal environment and move on from there. It's also more efficient than purchasing a lot of licenses and paying hefty upfront fees for it.
Twilight Day faces significant obstacles while implementing BI at Cisco. First of all, being the cost associated with it. Due to BI being a new and innovative product, the cost of it is very expensive, and Twilight Day does not want to overpurchase. That's what a lot of new firms do, as they don't know how to use the software, and they eventually end up overspending. And as discussed in the question 2, there's a lot of significant disadvantages of the licensing softwares, such as bare bones will be ideal for short term, but in the long term to spend a lot more money to buy more softwares. Middle of the road is good, but as bare bones, eventually you have to purchase a lot more, which is not ideal as you'll be spending a lot more in the future. And volume discount is good for the current, as you buy a lot, and you'll get it for a cheaper price. But if you don't know how to use the software, which a lot of companies don't, you'll be overspending again. And finally, one of the biggest problems with BI is that it has to be linked with a data warehouse, and Business Objects is not familiar with data warehouse, which can be a bit of a challenge for them. BI Solution Accelerator is a consulting method used by Business Objects. It has 5 stages, the first stage being scope, followed by design, and then build, and then deploy, and finally evolve. The first stage is scope, and it analyzes the business requirements that are driving the dashboard deployment details. These requirements are then used to guide analysis of reporting, infrastructure data, and training requirements. The second stage being design is when the requirements identified in the previous stage are further analyzed to produce a detailed design specification for the analytics, data model, and infrastructure. The third stage is build. This is when a specification used to install and configure the infrastructure, implement and load the data model, and create the analytics. The fourth stage is deploy, and is when the whole system is assembled in the production environment. and tested it to ensure the system runs effectively. And the final stage is evolve, and is when the system is available to a subset of users, who then conducts user acceptance testing and does any modifications to the system if needed to be done. There are many ways that Cisco can use to check the progress of the BI implementation. First of all, they can compare the revenues and costs before implementing and after implementing, as it was supposed to increase the revenues and decrease the cost as suggested by business objects. The second way they can check if BI implementation was successful or not is checking the efficiency rates, as this was supposed to reduce the time spent on research and everything and gathering information. So if it has actually managed to do that and increase efficiency, it should be a success. If not, it's a failure. BI has significant competitive advantages such as timely queries, detailed databases, automated reports, and processing of professional services such as consulting. Furthermore, they allow one system to retrieve all data, which reduces inconsistency of internal information. And through Oracle connectors, they can create things such as daily or monthly sales reports, which improves efficiency of day-to-day services. It would not be straightforward for another company to implement similar software as to Cisco, as Cisco's IT infrastructure reflects a decentralized organization. Therefore, a high-tech analysis software such as BI is needed. But for non-food companies, the problem of information symmetry may not be that bad, and high initial costs may not be an option.
In conclusion, BI will benefit Cisco in its daily operations by automating processes done manually, which reduces the time taken, labor costs, and errors. It should be deployed to address two questions instead of being used as a general tool, and implemented using bare bones method, as a major pitfall can thus be avoided. The success of BI can be judged from comparing the revenues, costs, and its efficiency, and it's also expected to greatly improve efficiency of internal control and provide a competitive advantage.